totally original Let's Play.
What the fuck is
What the fuck is everybody?
Yeah, what the fuck is everybody? Welcome back to Totally Original Let's Play. Welcome back to learning how to play zombies.
Welcome back to learning how to play
Yeah.
zombies.
So in the last episode, we covered some stuff with training, and then we did some stuff with the other one,
The fucking...
camping. Now that was step 4, training and camping. This is step 5, get familiar with guns. So this step is pretty simple. And in fact, it's something that we're not even going to spend that much time on because it's going to be something that you at home are going to probably enjoy spending more time on it by yourself. But we're going to play a little game. And that game is this gun any good?
Cool.
So this is how you get familiar with the guns. What I mean by that is learning what guns to use, what guns not to use. And the only way you do that is by picking a gun, trying to use it, and seeing how it holds up to the guns that you're already familiar with using. Now, the majority of this series, we've used the Gallo because it's fucking awesome. I'm a big shotgun guy. I love using the shotguns in zombies. The KRM's fucking awesome in Black Ops 3. The MOG 12 in Black Ops 4 is fucking rad. And the Gallo or the SPOS 12 in this is also fucking rad. And one of the reasons it's really good is because it does a lot of damage, but most importantly, it's super effective against the elites. So the Gallo is not the only gun. We've got the Krig 6 here. And the Krig 6 is a pretty high damage assault rifle, and you can see that just in how easy it is for me to kill zombies. So we're gonna head on down over here to the mystery box.
Yeehaw, down on the mystery box.
And I'm gonna pull a random gun out, and we're gonna see whether or not it's good. Now, I haven't really used most of the guns in this. I've primarily just been using the Gallo.
Ah, shouty.
The Hauer. So the Hauer, this is a good example. Let's compare the Hauer with the Gallo, right? The Gallo is semi-automatic, and the Hauer is pump action. So that means in between every thing, I have to pump the gun. That means that it shoots significantly slower.
It sure does.
It also has a slower reload speed, and it also can't hold as much ammo in a clip.
Well, ostensibly, it seems like it kind of blows.
Yeah, but it does more damage. So it's like, okay, that's pretty neat. But is it worth it? Well, this is how you sort of think about it. I can speed up the reload speed with Speed Cola.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not an issue. I can increase the magazine if I were to equip it with an attachment that does that. So if I were to use it as my loadout weapon, then that would be a lot better.
Gotcha.
Buying it off the wall like this or getting it out of the box, not
Maybe
the
not a
most
great idea.
ideal. Yeah, because there's not much I can do about that. But remember, pack-a-punching it will increase its maximum ammo capacity. So that can sort of be solved regardless. And then the only other problem with it is the fact that it's pump action, which I can't really do anything about. But pack-a-punching it will also increase its firing speed. Now I've got 12 rounds, so that's a lot better. And when I fire,
makes a fun sound.
yep, and it also fires a lot faster. Now watch that reload as well. Look at this. I don't even have Speed Cola, but look, I've got 7 shells. I can hold 12 maximum, right? Let me reload.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Wow.
So he reloads 4 ammo at a time.
Damn.
With every shell that he puts in there, which kind of means that I don't really need a Speed Cola either. In order to be an effective reloader. So, seemingly the Hauer is better than the Gallo because it does more damage and can fix all those problems. But only after you've gone and done all of that. Only after you've pack-a-punched it and you've gotten speed cola and you've equipped your attachments that increase its ammo capacity. And so there's a lot more that goes into it being a good gun than the Gallo. That's kind of why we like the Gallo, is because Gallo's really easy to just buy off the wall and you're good to go. You don't have to worry about upgrading it, like leveling it up, because I mean you have to level the gun up in order to get the attachments that might solve its problems, right? So
Good thing to keep in mind.
yeah, so this is basically what it takes to learn the guns, right? You have to go through and you have to figure out what guns are good, what guns are not good. And that's the case in, you know, like in every game, learning what guns are good. The Street Sweeper, I did get the Street Sweeper shotgun. That's the new shotgun that they added mid-season. It blows ass.
Oh.
And it's because it doesn't do near as much damage as it needs to. Even though it's a fully automatic shotgun, so it sounds super awesome, right? It poopy. It's super poopy. I hated it. I hated using it. So I wouldn't recommend the Street Sweeper, but who knows? Maybe you'll get it out of the box and try it out and you'll really like it because it'll fit your playstyle really well. But that's sort of the extent of that. That's pretty much all I needed to cover in game for learning your weapons. We'll really quickly go through a little bit of the actual weapon list.
Yeah.
And we'll take a look at some of them, and we'll take a look at some of the stats and attachments, and we'll see how some of those attachments can make or break how a weapon works. Because, like multiplayer, attachments are integral to the gun and making the gun a good gun or a great gun. So, assault rifles, the XM4 is pretty good. I haven't used the AK-47 at all, so I can't tell you whether or not it's really good, but obviously it does more damage than like any of the other assault rifles. So when we're talking zombies, damage is good. Damage is one of the most important stats you want to look at. The Krig 6 is also really good in the damage department. It's the second most damaging, I think. Yeah. This gun, the QBZ-83, I haven't used it, but looking at its stats, I'm not super fond of it. And the FAMAS or FFR or FFAR or whatever blows. I have used it, and I fucking hated it because it shoots really fast, but is so weak. It's like a fucking submachine gun, and it's like it just, the kick goes up and I didn't like it at all. Yeah, I didn't like it at all. It also only has a 25 round mag, right? So let's take a look at the FFAR and see if we can make it any better with attachments.
Okay.
So we could definitely increase its magazine size, right? Instead of 25, we could do up to plus 19. So I don't, you do math. 44.
It's 44.
So we could make it 44 rounds. And then of course that's also going to get increased when you pack-a-punch it. So that solves that problem. But doing that brings our aim down sight time down. So you wouldn't want to use this gun if you were camping, right? Because you want that aim down sights time to be as fast as possible. Another thing is, let's take a look and see, does it, details. Speed. If we're not camping with it, we want to look at our aim walking movement speed. 4.06 miles per hour, right? So if we look at that compared to, let's say, like this QBZ, let's see what, whoops, how do I, it's in, okay, there, this is 4.44 miles per hour. So, okay, so that's a lot better. We can get an idea of what, like, the base sort of maximum movement speed would be by looking at a pistol. 9.67 miles per hour.
Damn.
For its aim walking movement speed. So that means that I'm going to be moving pretty slow compared to something like a pistol, right? So how close can we bring this FFAR to that? Well, you want to look at the stocks for that. Aim walking movement speed plus 20%.
20's a lot.
40%. And 40%.
Although you're adding plus 20% to its base aim walk movement speed.
That's, yeah.
And it's so low that how much of a difference
So
is that
now
really
it's
gonna
5.96. So that is a lot better, but it's one of those things that you have to keep in mind when you're camping, or not camping, when you're training and you're going backwards, you're walking backwards and you're aiming down sights and trying to get away from that train while you're shooting them. That's something to keep in mind. You may not be able to fix that. Ultimately, I don't think it really matters a bunch.
Doesn't matter a munch.
If the gun does a shit amount of damage. And in this case, the max we can get it to is 28. It looks like.
28.
Yeah, which is poopy.
Boo.
Compare that to like the AK, where it's 38 on its base, and we can get that up to 41.
Yikesy, wikesy.
It's like that. It's just not going to do enough damage. You're not going to be able to use it in as far of a round. And that sort of applies to the submachine guns as well. These obviously don't do a whole lot of damage, and some of them are pretty useless, honestly. I would say a lot of these are like the Milano, definitely like the Mac 10 and stuff like that.
How dare you?
I'm not a huge fan of in zombies.
Oh, you're just coming straight for my chosen gun in the multiplayer.
Yeah. The tactical rifles, I haven't used most of these, but like I said, the M16 is pretty good. You could try out the DMR-14 and the Type 63 and see if the single shot, if you like that, because you're not going to burn through ammo as much, and they've got higher firepower.
Single shot sounds terrible.
Why?
Because you can't shoot quickly, and it seems
no, you wanna pop that trigger. There's also, for instance, the shotguns, the Gallo. When you pack a punch it turns it fully automatic, so you can hold the button down and he'll just keep firing it.
Gotcha.
So, light machine guns. These aims down. Let's take a look at the aim down sight time.
30 seconds.
625 milliseconds. Now let's look at the aim down sights time on a pistol, which is the sort of best case scenario. 225 milliseconds. So it is 3 times faster to aim down sights using a pistol than it is the light machine guns. But even the assault rifles, even this Krig 6, 210 milliseconds is what I got that down to.
Mm-hmm.
And that was snappy. That was like boom, boom, boom,
Pretty
right?
snappy for
so
sure.
It's gonna be 3 times longer every single time you aim down sights. So you'd think, well, this is a great gun for doing the camping, right? But not a great gun if, while you're camping, you're going in and out of aim down sights so you can snap onto different targets using Deadshot Daiquiri.
Mm-hmm.
Now, part of the thing that sucks about this, the sniper rifles also blow ass in this game. And this one does the most damage, so this is 700 milliseconds. That's ridiculous.
Get that shit out of here.
Yeah. So basically what this amounts to is like learning what guns you like using, what guns you don't like using, what the strengths are and what the weaknesses are, and whether or not those guns are useless to you. Because, believe it or not, part of the meta of the mystery box is opening it up and getting a shitty gun and going, fuck, I wasted 950 points.
Right.
So that's pretty much understanding your weapons. In previous Call of Duty games where you got points from hitting zombies, not just from killing them, some of the guns that did low damage and shot really fast, like the SMGs, things like the VMP and the Vesper, I believe is what it's called, in Black Ops 3, were amazing points guns. You got lots of points from using those guns.
Right, makes a lot of sense.
But that's not in this game. So that's something that there's no such thing as a points gun anymore, which kind of sucks. But shotguns are not good points guns, if you have, if you're wondering, by the way. That's pretty much the only gun that I would say you're not going to be getting as many points, because you're not going to be getting as many headshot kills, because it's not as easy. Sometimes you will be aiming at the head and shoot, and because the pellet that hit their chest is what killed them, it'll count it as a regular shot and give you 90 points. So that's pretty much it on that front. So then that pretty much just leaves us with number 6, buyables and buildables. And this is definitely something that we'll have to wrap up in the next episode, but I'll explain how this all works here. So, first of all, the field upgrades, I wasn't
Speaking of swamp,
Yeah, these aren't technically buyables or buildables, but I did want to sort of go over these in this category. So this is part of your class, and this is something that is like an integral part of how you're going to play the game. Remember how I mentioned Ring of Fire was useful for camping, and Ether Shroud got you out of a bind. Well, I don't know. You tell me. Have you already looked at any of these?
not really.
Okay. So that's probably because you were trying to make sure that you only that you followed what I was trying to teach you. But for those of you at home,
Trying to be a good boy.
yeah, you might have already looked through these. So let me give you the down low. Frost Blast. When you use it, all the zombies around you will freeze.
Gotcha.
I hate it. Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be like Widow's Wine or something, but it's not a very good version of Widow's Wine because you have to actively use it by hitting the L1 and R1 button. And Widow's Wine activated automatically. So I don't really think this is super useful. The Energy Mine, it literally just lays down like a C4 effectively. So if you like using C4 and that's a major part of your whatever strategy you've come up with for like maybe killing large hordes of zombies at one time, then it's fine, but it's definitely one of the weaker ones as well. Healing Aura. Summon beams of energy down on yourself and allies to instantly heal to full health.
Nice.
The problem with that is that stim shots exist. And this is taking up a valuable spot that you could be putting Ring of Fire in, where you can create an ethereal fire that boosts damage for you and allies. Normal enemies who enter gain a burning effect that deals fire damage, lasts 15 seconds. So this is great for camping because you'll deal more damage and enemies that enter in that ring will get hurt. And then Ether Shroud. Phase into dark ether for 5 seconds, becoming hidden from enemy detection. This is the in plain sight for this game. Basically, you get into a bind, you get caught, boom, you hit L1 and R1 and you get out of it scot-free. Assuming that you do it fast enough and you're not like me and you wait. I'm so used to waiting and trying to get out of it myself, because when you use in plain sight or anywhere but here or something, it actually stops you from taking damage. This doesn't do that. I'm not used to that yet. So, but that's just the base, right? You can see there that you can upgrade these. So let's take a look at the Ether Shroud. First upgrade is activation instantly reloads ammo for your weapons. So, okay, that's mildly useful. The second upgrade, increase shroud duration to 8 seconds instead of 5 seconds. Okay, that's a little bit more useful. But number 3, activation instantly warps you forward a small distance. That's really useful for actually getting out of that jam that you got into, right? It'll push you out. So if you are a new player, and all of you watching this probably should be, otherwise what are you doing here? I would recommend using Ether Shroud and upgrading Ether Shroud with those Ethereum crystals that you get. Those Ethereum crystals you get for reaching a milestone. Milestones are reaching round 10, and then every 5 rounds after that, so around 15, 20, 25, you'll get Ethereum crystals. And if you exfil, you'll also get an Ethereum crystal or a bonus of Ethereum crystals.
Gotcha.
Ring of Fire, first upgrade is double the burn damage effect, or effect damage, so that does a lot more damage with that ring. Second upgrade, ring blocks enemy projectiles, which means that if there's a elite that's shooting something at you, it's not going to hit you.
Or a zombie on the hill with an RPG.
Yeah. If you go, fun fact, in this, if you go out of bounds, zombies will start throwing parts of their body at you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just like zombie chunk. They don't like take their arm off or anything, but to try to get people to not be in out of bounds. And then the third upgrade, in the ring, armor is taken from or ammo is taken from your stock instead of the magazine. So it's stock option from Black Ops 3 where you don't have to reload because ammo is not taken from your clip.
Gotcha.
And then you can sort of see the rest of these, like double the size of the blast, maximum 2 charges, 2 times in rapid succession, blah, blah, blah. Like, these still, I've looked at these, I've upgraded most of them. They still are not as useful as Ether Shroud and Ring of Fire if you're camping. I still highly recommend that you just use Ether Shroud. Because it means that when you get caught on something, it's not a big deal. In the next episode, we'll cover the rest of the buyables and buildables. And then we'll also go over the some of the upgrades that you can get with those Ethereum crystals. But that's pretty much it in terms of things that you can buy and build. We'll do that, and then we'll move on to Easter eggs. So let us know in the comments down below if you learned anything in this episode. And next time on Totally Original Let's Play, I already told you what we're covered, and what we are going to cover. And we are getting down to the wire. Yeah. So, goodbye.
If you're watching this in the future, make sure you click on the left to see the next episode.
If you haven't made it to the future, click on the right to check out another series.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so that you get notified when we come out with new videos. Make sure you tell your friends about us, okay? Because we're really fucking hurting for views here, alright?